and I've got some new updates. I wanted to show you guys the Lincoln Navigator that I kind of quickly went over in the last video with the bed liner paint, and kind of give you guys a quick update on that. So as you know, we painted the entire vehicle in bed liner, and I took it out to Key West, and then I've been driving it lately. One of my family members needed to borrow a car, so I've been driving this as my daily driver. And you can see a couple of things here that's not really chipping off, but that's where I scraped it. So we're gonna play around with touching up. There are some other spots that need to be touched up, but let me get a good shot of this vehicle. I know it's in a parking spot right now, but I think it came out absolutely amazing. This is not cleaned by any means. So I'll kind of come around to the front here for you guys so you can see the hood. I think it came out absolutely amazing. Of course, we've got our W140 back there. And one of the other things I'm going to do, I have down here a winch attachment that was supposed to be welded down here. The guy fell through that was supposed to do that, so we'll probably be doing that in the near future. Not going to be focusing on this vehicle that much anymore, because my goal was to get it up and running for the summer, to be able to take it on vacation and do a couple of things with it. That's why I haven't been posting videos. We've been going kayaking, we've been doing snorkeling, so we've been taking this thing out, and the family just absolutely loves it. I deep cleaned the entire interior, so the car is just right now running great and smelling and looking great. So very happy with this car. It's time to get back to the W140. Because this has been sitting for a little while. I did take it down to the store the other day just to play around with it, and when I went to start it back up, it would barely start, and I think the plugs got fouled from sitting. The terrible gas that they have out here, it's very heavy with ethanol, and I think that might have fouled my plugs because it's got it's a lot of misfires. So I'm going to be doing a whole tune-up on this vehicle very soon. We're going to be finishing off some of the painting that we wanted to do. And then I've got some awesome news. So this is the main reason why I did the video. Down here lies, well, it's kind of wet, so I don't want to completely, you know what, I'll go ahead and undo it, is a transmission. And that's a 6-speed transmission, and it is for a Mazda, and it's even got the shifter right on there. It's for a Mazda RX-8. So in the meantime, I went ahead and picked up a 2005 Mazda RX-8, the Grand Touring with the 6-speed manual transmission. It's right around 230, 240 horsepower. Did a ridiculous amount of research. The goal was to find something that I can have fun with on the weekend. As I'm rebuilding this here as my kind of weekend luxury cruiser, I wanted to have a fun sports car. And of course, you guys may know I have a Prius as well, but that's strictly going back to the work. Gonna sit at the work, and then this is gonna become the family vehicle. And many of you guys may know, over here, my wife's vehicle is the 550i GT. Awesome car, but tons of problems. This car has been in and out of the shop, mainly due to the fact that it had extremely low mileage. It only had 40,000 miles when we got it. It was a 2010, and that's why we picked it up. But on this vehicle, what's going on is same type of thing with the Mercedes. The plugs are all fouled. So we keep getting codes that are coming up for malfunction in the drivetrain. BMW has been very good. They've replaced the fuel pump for us on a recall. They've put an extended warranty specifically for us on the fuel injectors. So if you guys own this vehicle, or if you're looking to own this vehicle, do not hesitate to contact dealers and try to get things fixed for free, because they will do extended warranties. They will honor some of the issues that they know. You just have to kind of raise a little hell, which I did with the BMW repair centers around here, and I got a lot of stuff done for free, and mainly because we're having issues. I mean, we've been in and out of the shop, and they know that, and they reported to BMW, and BMW did back that up. So we're very pleased with that. The last thing we got to do right now is I ordered in spark plugs and coils, and we got to get all those changed out. We changed 2 of them out, and it's just a reoccurring issue. But back to the RX-8. So that's what my channel is going to be super focused on. The Mercedes S500, basically soft close issues, As you know, in the past, I've rewired all the electrical on this. The interior is absolutely amazing. Still got to finish the sunroof. I've been playing around with ideas on that. Other than that, this car is amazing. I've replaced almost all the suspension parts, put new tires on it, got some AMG rims, and then we'll be bringing in this RX-8. And let me tell you, it's going to be a project car, but not that crazy of a project. If you know these RX-8s, they're not that crazy to work on. I picked up a RX-8 that needs an Apex engine rebuild, and I found an actual engine that's been rebuilt for the same vehicle, and I found this transmission, and all for under $2,000. I'm going to have everything put in, swapped. The car cost me $1,100. It's a gorgeous car. I can't wait to show you guys. Can't wait to start driving it. But this is going to be probably a 2-month process because I've got to get everything towed over to a shop, have engines swapped out, and then we're going to start working on exhaust. We're not going to go crazy because the vehicle focus is going to be on more of a track style car. So we're going to be taking it out on the weekend. We're going to be revving the car out. We're going to be filling you in on how to pre-mix, on how to keep these engines alive and running, because people have so many misconceptions about the RX-8. And back to why I went with an RX-8. So, my ultimate goal was always to own a Porsche. And so, it finally came time to where I had some money put away. I debated on selling the Mercedes w140, which that kind of stopped. My wife loves that car, which is really cool that she loves that car because she owns the that BMW, the 550i GT. So my love and passion to own a Porsche started with looking and just trying to search for one that I would know that I would love to have for many, many years. And really, my budget was nowhere near what you should be paying for a Porsche. I had about a $5,000 to $10,000 budget. So I was looking at the 944. Fell in love with it, looked at some 924. I found a 924 with 40,000 original miles, and it was an automatic when I got out there. And the only reason why I want this car is because I want it to be a super cool back road car. We live outside of the Tampa Bay area, and we have tons and tons of back roads that are very windy, very fun to drive down, and manuals are just extremely fun to drive down these. But when you hit traffic, manuals are probably the worst thing you can drive in Tampa, because you go downtown where I work, where my business is, and you are literally bumper to bumper for hours at a time like any major city out there. So the goal was to get a manual car to drive on the weekend, to take my wife, not necessarily the kids, but if they can squeeze in the back seat, that would be cool. So I looked at the 924, the 944, and I looked back to when I was in high school and said, man, I really miss my RX-7, which was a 1987 RX-7. The car was awesome. It revved way out. It never had any issues. Literally bought the car for almost nothing, put a brand new clutch in it, and drove it for about a year and a half and made money on it. And so I said, let me start looking those up, and those were through the roof. I said, man, I remember when the RX-8 came out. I bought a Mazda 3 when the RX-8 came out because I couldn't afford the RX-8 at that time. It was a time when I was just starting a career, and I was so excited about the Mazda RX-8. In fact, I test drove 2 of them, ended up buying the Mazda RX-3. With all that said, I found out that those cars pretty much, people didn't know how to maintain them. So they fell apart, rebuilds, super expensive, and now you can pretty much find parts and rebuilds for nothing. So I jumped on it. I purchased my RX-8, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about that very soon, upcoming videos, for $1,100. The car is gorgeous, leather interior, 6-speed manual, and I'm going to swap the engine out, and then we're going to do some small builds on it, probably exhaust, intake, obviously, show you how to put proper spark plugs, wires, how to lubricate the car properly. So stay tuned. Once again, guys, I'm Peter. Just wanted to give you guys a fill-in on what I've been doing lately. Show you where the car project's at. This is my W140 Super Clean. I'll show you guys the inside, because any of you guys who have not been watching and happen to jump on this video, check this car out. This thing makes me happy every time I step in it. Extremely clean. 1995 W140. It's got the reclining rear seat. You can see here, I've went ahead and put some protectant on the seats. And if you go back to my videos, you can see that. Pretty much everything works except for the 2 front doors soft close, and I've already figured out how to get those working, so I'm going to show you guys videos on that. They actually work. It's just going to be manipulating one of the doors, and then the other door has a small leak that I've been able to find. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys on that. The body is pretty clean on this car. You can see we've got the AMG rims, which are just plastic dipped. One of the next projects on that is actually to get those powder coated. So guys, go ahead and subscribe. The channel has been growing faster than I really thought, because it wasn't a channel that I was trying to build. So I love that you guys have been joining me. I love that I can answer your questions. I love that I can help you guys out. Have a great day. I'm Peter. Once again, look forward to those RX-8 videos.